Alright, what is up guys, it's the PlayStation Pikachu and welcome to episode 7 of Let's Play Spyro 3, Year of the Reignited Dragon. The last episode, we fully completed Seashell Shore, to the best of our abilities, and in this episode, we will be racing butterflies across the Mushroom Kingdom, Mushroom Speedway. Yes, there are speedways in this game too. And much like in Spyro 2, I kept forgetting for a moment that there are side quests with Hunter too.
This one is especially big on that one as well. These ones are the most fun ones though. You're gonna love these ones. More than the ones that were in Spyro 2, because the ones in Spyro 2 kinda sucked. I don't mean to hate on the fan base here. I am part of that fan base, and I understand that many fans love Spyro 2 to death, but I just prefer Spyro 2 more. I love Spyro 2 myself. In fact, my rating system goes number 3, Spyro 1, number 2, Spyro 2, and number 1, Spyro 3. But I just don't think that Spyro 2 is the very peak of Spyro, basically. I just don't think it's the greatest thing of all time that Spyro does. It's basically a great game, yes, so don't get me wrong. But I just prefer Spyro 3. It's just got a lot more. It's basically Spyro 2 on steroids.
You said steroids. But anyway.
So technically speaking, we're all on the same page here. It's just that I'm looking at an upgraded version of Spyro 2.
Yeah, I at the time of this recording, I've done the gameplay for the entirety of Spyro 3. I can safely say that Spyro 3 is my favorite game too. And in fact, when you look at the speedways in Spyro 2, it's just carbon copies of the flight stages in Spyro 1, but with Hunter quests in it. Here,
Yeah.
it's like they willy wanged. It's like they took the flight stages in Spyro 1 and the speedways in Spyro 2, willy wanged them together, and added a race course. And speaking of which, notice the music in this game, in this course? Does it sound familiar? Maybe that's...
Oh, yeah. Didn't they upgrade this Reignited music after it was made as Reignited music to make racing music for the Spyro the Dragon Reignited level in
Crash Team Racing Nitro?
Racing Nitro Fuel?
Yep, the music you're hearing right now is in fact at the same track used in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel.
The one in Nitro Fuel is actually after this track, and is an upgraded version of this already upgraded track.
Yep, and in fact, the podium theme for Spyro, Nasty Nork, and Hunter is a shortened version of this. And, well, we have finished in first place after a second attempt. It's kind of embarrassing that I didn't make it the first time, but we get John as a reward. The little eggshell fell on his head, and he's wearing it as a hat.
Doesn't that sound like the behavior of a familiar character?
Familiar character?
From an old TV show, we all know, that started as a comic strip.
You have me lost there.
I'm talking about the Garfield shows. Garfield and Friends, you know, there's a character called John Arbuckle.
Oh!
That would actually be something Baby John would probably do.
Yeah. And anyway, now that we're done with racing, we're now doing the usual flight stuff we've seen since... Oh my god, spiders! Why did it have to be spiders?
What's wrong with spiders? I'm Halloween channel here. I'm starting to get confused and a little bit worried. Maybe a bit offended.
Yeah, I still have a bit of arachnophobia going on here. And not just... I'm fine with toy versions of it. I'm fine with toy versions of spiders, like, but moving organic spiders? Nah. Anyway, for
big old Harry over here. Where's he? There he is. He still creeps me out myself, and I'm not even afraid of spiders.
wow. Nice. So, now that all...
The big hairy spider.
So anyway, now that we've got all the gems and the 2 dragon eggs, I was supposed to do the hunter part, but oh wow, that's really creepy.
Don't.
But
wait till you see the bat I got.
alright, I was supposed to do the hunter mission, but much like Spyro 2, I forgot that there were hunter side quests. Which is ironic because in the very first Speedway in Spyro 2, the Ocean Speedway, I knew for a fact that there was a hunter quest here. This is the very first Speedway, but I forgot about the hunter quest here. I don't know why, but... Also, the progression thing in the Speedways is pretty interesting. For the flight stations in Spyro 1, you just had to take care of 8 objects. In the Speedways, there were 8 objects to get rid of, as well as Hunter side quests. Here, there's 8 objects, Hunter side quests, and racing. Spyro 1, only 1 thing to do in the Speedways. Spyro 2, 2 things to do. Spyro 3, 3 ways to do. 3 things to do, I mean. How interesting is that?
There you go.
It even has its fangs bared. Hey, Hunter!
Whoa! A bunch of sheep and flying saucers just came out of nowhere and started blasting up the race course. Looks like I'll have to hop in my plane and teach him some manners. Look out, sheep! Here I come!
Had such a creepy face all the way at the freaking front of the box.
Well, you get what you pay for. But...
Whoa! A bunch of sheep and flying saucers just came out of... Looks
but
like I'll
for...
have to...
Anyway, for this quest, there are apparently... You have to shoot down sheep in flying saucers. Alien sheep.
Looks like... Look out!
Is that what they're calling it now? Who on earth comes up with these things?
Whoa! Looks like...
Someone at Insomniac must have been very high when they brought up the idea of, hey, let's put in flying sheep saucers! Oh, yeah.
fight dinosaurs.
Check it out. The squad leader had abducted this egg.
This is good crap.
Tater. The dragon we get from Hunter. Hey, little wave to us. Alright, that is all the things to do in the Mushroom Speedway. Yes, I was originally going to do the little Sparks mission, but sadly, you can't do that until you beat the boss of the world. And
Exactly.
And the way you beat the boss is by getting all the characters from the main stages in that world prepared for some flying object for you. So in this episode,
you know that little thing when you press the control sticks or something like that, or hold the triggers and something like that, and sparks will point to any remaining treasure that's in the Reignited trilogy? That is actually supposed to be the final power-up you get from the final world's Sparks mission.
Interesting. But anyway, we're out of time for now, so...
Even though you already got it, technically speaking, in the Reignited trilogy. In the original trilogy, you had to earn that power. But if you were a pro like me, you didn't need it in the end.
Right, so see you in the next episode where we fight the boss of this world.